show them what's in it for them and what you could offer to get them closer to their bottom line. Be out there. That will accelerate your power in society. And how many videos are going to make this week? Let's try to do one a day. 7. What are the 7 videos going to be about? I make sure that you're going to make the most amount of money in the least amount of time. I make sure that all your paperwork is in order and that it gets sent to the notary on time. Do you want me to keep going? Could you imagine what you could do if you exercised your brain and your mouth and discipline it?
Yeah.
Voila, try it.
Hello everyone that's listening. Bienvenue à Là on jase. Aujourd'hui, ça va être un épisode franglais. Parler anglais, un peu de français. On va y aller comme ça vient. Today we have a special guest with us, someone that is so much inspiring that I've been looking at her social media for a while now. I know we're going to give you guys so much golden nuggets, tricks, or whatever it may be. She's a real estate agent, owner of an agency, social media star, TV reality star.
Yeah.
The list goes on. Ladies and gentlemen, Tatiana Londono.
Hi.
Hello.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you
I
for coming.
really appreciate it.
You're saying this is your first podcast in quite a while now, or?
Yeah, it's been a long, long time because, podcast pushers are always trying to get, the story now. I don't have time for now.
Yeah.
My months are blocked in advance, and you guys gave me ample notice, and we're very professional. So I said, okay, this is the one I'm going to be on this year.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Honestly, I don't even know where to start. Such a visionary. You're an inspiring for I think all the women all over the world, right? But for men also, like for any business person, the way your mind is thinking, and I really want to dive deep into that
let's
today.
Let's do it.
And
let's just not get canceled, okay?
Yeah. And I like it too, because I know we'll get along. We chatted before the cameras rolled, and I like how authentic you are, right? And this is the reason why I did the podcast, especially with the cancel me culture.
Yeah.
Like nobody can cancel me, right? I'm funding my own show, so we speak our mind.
Well, that's what it's about.
If people don't like it, they can just switch the show. I don't care. But that being said, I think our message is going to touch a lot of other people. So
yes,
let's dive into it.
And that's another reason to have financial independence, especially as a woman, so that nobody could cancel you, so that nobody could, dump you. And because if they do, you'll be fine. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean?
I think one of the strengths of a society, whatever the society is, I think it's libre expression.
Wait.
The capability of us expressing ourselves freely. I think that's the base of the society, right? Wouldn't you agree with that?
I think I'm a very conservative person. Mm-hmm. Okay, very conservative. Although, and people don't understand because it's an enigma, right? I'm a woman, feminist, independent, make my own money, but I'm super conservative. You believe in freedom of expression, right? That's what you're saying. I believe in freedom of expression with limits. Mm-hmm. I think there's a lot of stupid people out there, ignorant morons. Does that mean they don't deserve freedom of expression? No, they deserve it. But there's certain things that, like, especially, I'm not going to mention anything we said we didn't want to talk about what's going on out there, like right now. It's ridiculous, the racism and anti-Semitism and just nonsense because of social media. So social media is a blessing, but at the same time, it's a curse. I don't believe we should be wasting the air with certain people's commentary and opinions. But what do I know?
True.
But yes, the right to freedom of expression is what makes society, and hey, it's what creates new ideas. There was a time where women weren't considered, educated enough to vote. Mm-hmm. All right. And it was the women's movement that got women to vote, etc., and birth control. However, when your freedom of expression, quote unquote, infringes on other people's rights and mobility for that matter, we have a problem. So, yeah.
We went deep right off the hop, right? It's good, though. It's good.
If you get in the way of me living the life I deserve because of your opinions, there's a problem. If my daughter can't attend class at Columbia University because they don't let her get to her class because of protesting, that's not freedom of expression.
Well said.
That's just bullying and breaking the law.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Totally agree.
Yeah. And my daughter goes there, so.
In Columbia, in U.S.?
Yeah.
Right on.
She goes there. Now, thank God she's not seeing any of that because she's on another campus. And she's getting her master's. I love her, too. She's another star.
How many kids do you have?
Sasha Pinto. I have 3 kids. So I have Sasha Pinto, Joshua Pinto, and then I have a wonderful, boisterous child with my second husband. I get married a lot. Freedom of choice. With my husband, David, he has a child. His name is Gabriel, but I consider him my son.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Before we go in the other step of the show, we'll ease in. I don't know how we say that name, but
we started pretty
we started pretty intense, right? But we'll cool it down a bit. Every show we have a sommelier. How do we say sommelier?
Sommelier is a sommelier.
Is it sommelier?
Yeah, you can't. There's no English word for sommelier. That's
he's gonna speak to us in French though because his English is.
Moi, je peux parler français si tu veux. Si vous voulez.
Donc, si ça ne te dérange pas, on va accueillir notre sommelier, M. David Léon.
Bonjour, David. Oh, wow! On commence la journée
nice
comme
to meet
ça.
You.
Oui, enchanté.
Enchanté. Merci de m'accueillir à nouveau dans ton podcast, Nicolas.
Qu'est-ce qu'on a
Merci.
aujourd'hui?
On a une petite surprise aujourd'hui. On cache le vin. L'objectif, ça va être de s'ouvrir les papilles, s'ouvrir un petit peu le nez pour voir les arômes naturels que tu ressens à travers juste l'olfactif. On appelle ça olfactif. Oui. Et puis, on va voir un petit peu si nos sens se retrouvent, ce qu'on va avoir. Et puis après, on va passer à la dégustation. Et je vais juste vous dire pourquoi ce vin, il a telle typicité. Pourquoi il est acide, pourquoi il est peut-être plus sucré. Et puis, on va juste prendre un petit 2-3 minutes pour avoir quelque chose d'un peu plus léger à discuter. Donc, est-ce que, malgré qu'il soit le matin, tu veux juste faire le...
Oui. On va faire
il est quasiment le midi, on est
le jeu.
D'ailleurs, je tiens à préciser, les bouteilles de vin qu'on fait goûter, David, c'est des prix abordables, hein? Tout le monde peut se le permettre.
Toujours, j'essaie d'avoir un rapport qualité-prix dans le vin parce que le vin, c'est pas une question de coût, c'est une question d'avec qui tu le partages. Et puis, c'est la... Comment on appelle ça? Tout ce qui entoure le vin, c'est-à-dire le plaisir de le boire avec du monde, le plaisir de ressentir des émotions avec la personne avec qui on le partage. C'est pas juste un prix. Donc moi, je fais toujours des choses entre 30 et 45 $ que je trouve à la SAQ, donc qui sont disponibles en tout temps selon les saisons pour que le public ait quelque chose d'abordable et se fasse plaisir. Donc,
merci beaucoup, guys.
Donc ça commence par la couleur. Donc ici, on a une couleur très pourpre qui est un petit peu ferreuse au niveau de la couleur du fer, qui s'oriente un petit peu sur le un peu plus orangé. Pourquoi il est clair aussi, ça va distinguer que le vin, il a un certain âge. Le côté un peu orangé, vous voyez, c'est un petit peu orange. Et avec les bulles oranges, ça veut dire que le vin, là, il est âgé. C'est-à-dire l'alcool et les arômes se sont déjà évaporés un petit peu dans la bouteille. Et puis, on va rester sur le côté un peu plus ferreux qui va rester, lui, plus longtemps. On passe au nez. Waouh. D'accord.
Moi, je sens les agrumes. Ça se peut-tu?
Non. Moi, la première chose qui m'a... Avant l'arôme, moi, ce que j'ai eu là tout de suite, c'est la finesse du vin. Je ne sais pas si tu arrives à avoir la finesse ou l'onctuosité. Ensuite, on a des mûres, des framboises.
Really?
He's smelling all that?
On a un petit peu des notes épicées aussi, des épices. Mm-hmm. Des épices, un petit peu de poivre. Vous avez des notes poivrées, vous avez du poivre un petit peu. Avant de passer en bouche, je vais vous donner l'origine de ce vin-là. On a un vin qui est de 2014, un haut médoc cru bourgeois.
Wow.
Donc de 2014, avoir un vin de plus de 10 ans à SAQ au Médoc, en plus dans une qualité cru bourgeois, c'est très rare à moins de $30. Celui-ci, je pense, m'a coûté 28.
Wow.
Donc un excellent rapport qualité-prix. C'est mon rôle de vouloir faire découvrir des vins justement rapport qualité-prix très intéressant. Donc là, on n'a pas honte de l'amener à une fête d'amis ou à un repas, là, parce qu'on va avoir du plaisir avec ça. On va pouvoir le passer en bouche.
On va avoir du plaisir.
Oui.
Donc, est-ce qu'on le gargarise? Wow. Comment est-ce qu'on déguste la première gorgée?
Alors, l'avantage qu'on a là, un vin qui a 10 ans, tantôt, je t'ai dit que l'acidité s'est évaporée. Tout de suite, on n'est pas sur l'agressivité, on est sur l'onctuosité. On va avoir quelque chose de très souple, de très long en bouche aussi. Ouais. La première bouche, elle est pareille que la dernière bouche. C'est-à-dire que le temps que je parle et le temps qu'on savoure, il y a un bel équilibre. On n'a pas d'acidité, on n'a pas d'amertume. Est-ce que tu arrives à ressentir la belle linéarité du vin? Il est vraiment équilibré, il a une belle douceur. Ce qui va on mange pas avec, donc il est un tout petit peu âpre. Il est un tout petit peu âpre. Donc le côté âpre est très positif parce que quand on va mélanger ça, comme il est un peu plus léger, on n'irait pas avec une viande rouge, j'irais avec un poulet, avec une sauce aux champignons, des choses comme ça. Pour le côté âpre, l'enlever. Il n'y aurait pas cette petite qu'on retrouve si on mange le vin rouge. Là, c'est pas un vin d'apéritif, ça serait plus un vin pour accompagner un repas. Oui. Mais je le trouve sublime pour ce prix-là. Cette onctuosité et puis la longueur. Pourquoi on paye un vin cher? C'est vraiment plus il est cher parce que la longueur et l'équilibre est là. Puis là, on a un vin à rapport qualité-prix exceptionnel parce que je l'ai encore là. J'ai encore les mêmes arômes. Donc, faites-vous plaisir avec ce vin-là là, pour les gens qui nous écoutent. Je vous souhaite un excellent podcast, un bon moment à la on jase.
Merci, David.
Merci, David.
Merci,
mon ami.
Merci. Est-ce qu'on peut servir... Tu peux-tu nous rappeler nos verres puis servir un petit verre aux membres de l'équipe?
Aujourd'hui, j'ai fait quelque chose de différent pour te faciliter la vie, Nicolas, et pour pas que tu t'ennuies avec la carafe. Okay. Je t'ai amené un oxygénateur.
Super.
Wow.
Donc, ça va décanter le vin plus rapidement. Celui-là, il a déjà 10 ans. Il n'y avait pas vraiment l'utilité pour celui-là, mais c'était pour le podcast. Je trouvais ça intéressant que les gens puissent connaître.
Wow.
Donc, et puis là, ça va t'éviter de... Regardez, vous voyez, il va vraiment couler doucement. Pourquoi? Parce qu'il fait des bulles, plein de bulles. Donc, tout le système de bulles, ça va oxygéner le vin. Donc, il va accélérer l'alcool qui s'évapore et on va garder juste les arômes dans le verre.
Intéressant.
Et puis, ça t'empêche de renverser aussi. Regarde, pas une goutte qui tombe. On a un service. Clé en main.
Voilà.
Je te
Merci,
laisse
Merci
le service
beaucoup,
tantôt,
David.
Tu peux donner un petit verre aux membres de l'équipe?
Bah oui, avec plaisir, avec plaisir.
Merci.
Did you see the movie? Oh no, the series. It was a limited series called Drops of God.
No.
Oh my God!
What's it about?
I just want to make sure I got the name right. Drops of God. It was on Apple TV. It was the most amazing series. You need to watch it if you love wine.
Okay.
And you love a good story.
Yeah.
You have to watch it.
Really?
I'm not going to ruin it for you. Maybe one of the ladies back there could confirm the name of the series. I don't want to get it wrong. Drops of God. It is a Japanese-French collaboration.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Really?
Oh my God. Drops of God. You have to watch it. Anyone listening that is a wine connoisseur, and even if you're not a wine connoisseur, you need to watch this series. So amazing. Awesome. Now, I'm excited for you.
See, I'm not that big of a wine connoisseur, but I just like learning new things, right? And I think it's
well, you got what it teaches you. Everything he went through here is in the movie. It's so good.
There you go. So I will listen to that for sure.
Oh, it's good. There's suspense. It's a mystery. It's so good. You'll love it.
L'épisode d'aujourd'hui est une commandite des entretiens Raven, une compagnie de lavage de fenêtres et revêtement extérieur. Si vous voulez redonner un éclat à votre maison, contactez-nous au numéro de téléphone suivant. On va s'assurer de vous produire une soumission rapide à prix compétitif. Bonne écoute. So I'm wondering who doesn't know Tatiana Londono? But for people who don't know you, who are you? What do you do? It's a big question.
Yeah.
But tell the people a bit, what do you do day to day?
Okay, so my name is Tatiana Londono. I'm a real estate broker. I'm a real estate agent. I'm an agency owner. We have a real estate agency, Londono Realty Group. We have over 125 real estate agents that work for my banner. Wow. I've been selling real estate for over 22 years. The agency has been open for 18 years. Somehow we managed to do it with my immigrant last name, Londono Realty Group, Inc., in a town where everything is Remax. So you have to really understand that, people.
I did do a couple transactions with the realtors from your agency.
You did, yeah. So it is really, really something to have like gotten to where we are with this name, especially here. And you don't understand it when you start, because when you start, well, in my case, all I was thinking about was winning. Let's do this. Let's make sure it happens. You don't think, okay, the odds of this happening and us being a success is really low.
Yeah.
Not only am I in a French town, right, which is fine, we love it, but number two, everybody here is a little behind. I'd have to say the Quebecers are about, at this point, because of technology, 10 to 15 years behind when it comes to certain lead generation techniques, et cetera, which is fine. But then somebody who knows, the American techniques could do very well here, okay? So anyway.
Which is that what you applied for your agency, right?
Exactly. So knowing that, I didn't think about, failure wasn't an option. It wasn't in my head. I had to work, and it did. I'm an author as well. I've written a book on real estate and things that I know. I've been fortunate enough to be the star of a couple of TV shows at this point, reality shows, documentary-style shows. So I was on HGTV, a USA show called The Property Shop. Although it was filmed here in Montreal, Canada, it was an American show.
That's a couple years ago.
Oof. It was in 2008.
Right.
Yeah. You were like a baby.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then I got chosen again just last year to be on Vida Rev, which is a big Quebec show. It ended up being an amazing, huge hit for Sphere and for Bell Media and for Crave. So they asked me to come back for a season 2.
And you were recording yesterday.
We were recording all this, shooting all day yesterday.
Can you say when is the season 2 starting already, or?
They're bringing it out in December again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right on.
So high season is in December for them because everybody's home watching TV, right? So
how did that work out for you? Like, how good did being on the show? Was it good for you to be on a show? Did you get some backlashes on it? Like, how are you living with that?
Please. Remember this, guys. Did you ever read the 48 Laws of Power?
No.
Come on. 48 Laws of Power, Robert Greene. Great book. So 48 Laws of Power, one of them is court attention at all costs.
Okay.
What does that mean? It means, dude, be in the public, be in the eye of the beholder, be out there. That will accelerate your power in society. And so I think that's been great for me. I've never been shy. So when the cameras started and Facebook and all that, I was always there. And you just got to deal with the backlash. Like there's people going to love you, people going to hate you, people who couldn't care less. And then, of course, the ones who love you. So if you know how to deal with the negative that comes with it, everything has a negative and a positive. It's part of the balance of life. Then just keep going. Court attention at all costs, meaning there's no such thing. Like, unless you're doing something inherently bad, there's no such thing as bad attention.
Yeah.
Being out there. So when they gave me this opportunity to be on a TV where millions of people would watch, why would I say no?
Right?
Right?
Yeah.
Especially if you have a business. Not even, look at Isabelle. Isabelle's on the show too. She is Isabelle Gauvin. She doesn't have a business. Her business is managing her life with her family, her husband, and being part of his business, meaning they're a family business, right? And she's doing it. I did it to promote my business because I wanted more Quebecois to know about Londono Realty Group Inc. And what happened? Yeah, there was the good, the bad, and the ugly, but I got more business from the wonderful Quebecois people.
And I think ultimately you probably just didn't do it for you. You did it also to inspire other people. And I think that's that mission accomplished, right? Because you definitely do inspire a lot of people with your living and what you do on the daily, I think.
Right. I'm not there to show off. I'm there to show people that today you could have zero especially here in Canada, where there's access to government programs. You could get anything you want for free, really, if you really do enough research. You could get government grants if you like. You have the BDC giving away money. Point is, you could start from zero and get to $1 million by the end of the year by doing something like, for example, real estate sales.
That's super interesting. If I put you in the middle of Montreal, $0.
I'm going to do it now in Miami.
Right.
I'm going to show you how to do it.
How are you going to go from 0 to $1 million?
I'm going to show you how I do it, and that's going to be the challenge. In fact, I do have a YouTube channel, not used to. I have a YouTube channel. I've just stopped creating long-form content.
Okay.
So now I'm going to go back to YouTube, get my shit together, and start creating long-form content, showing you how you could build $1 million real estate business, in my case, because that's what I do, from now till the end of December.
So now congrats, by the way, for getting your visa.
Thank you.
That's awesome. Great news.
Thank you. And I don't want anyone to think I'm shutting down. That's another one. Tatiana is moving to Florida. She's shutting down here, London.
No.
Why do people think that? I don't get it.
If there's something you're doing good for the business here in Quebec, right?
Why would I shut down Quebec?
Yeah.
No, it's called jet set life, people. Jet set life. I'm going to get on my plane and I'm going to go back and forth. I love that. Why? My kids are older now. When they were younger, I had the same opportunities. I couldn't do it. Mm-hmm. So I said this list of accolades. Most importantly, I want to say, and I say it all the time, I'm a mother. I'm a mother and the wife and ex-wife of a wonderful family. Yeah. And I love everybody. And that is why I do everything. That is my why. I wanted my daughter to go to any school she wanted to go to. I wanted to support my son in his business endeavors. I want to make sure we travel to the most beautiful, exotic places in the world that we all want to go to. I want to make sure that I'm a good partner to my baby daddy. I don't like saying the word ex-husband. I try not to use negative words in my language every day. So my baby daddy, I like to say baby daddy. His name is Oren Pinto. He's the partner at Londono Realty Group.
Okay, right on.
I want to be good to his wife and her kid and live that life and be that exception to the rule. People look at us and say, I don't understand how you and your ex-husband, you get along so well. Yeah, where does the love go? I could understand if there was violence, irresponsibility, addiction, that I get. But if it was just a regular, normal divorce, where does the love go?
At least for the sake of the children involved. And
my kids, I have children. With this man, I'm just going to suddenly hate? Never. No. So that worked out fine. My current husband's wonderful. He supports me. It's hard. I'm an all-encompassing woman. Takes a lot of patience with me.
What does your current husband do?
My current husband is a big executive at Stingray Entertainment Group. Right. Big Quebec company, international company. Like he's huge. Eric Boyko is the CEO. They're very good to him, and he loves it there because he's in the music business. My husband has been in the music business since he was born.
Wow.
So, So
I find it so inspiring because I feel like so many times in Quebec, people kind of have a closed mind.
They do.
And you're so sky is the limit. Go chase your dreams, right?
The sky is the limit. And I don't think we use our brains to its fullest capacity. So could you imagine if you just use a little bit more of your brain and actually discipline? The same way people go to the gym and change their bodies. If you discipline your mouth and your brain, guess what happens? Miracles, man.
Yeah.
That's what happens. You go to the gym and you don't have a butt and you just work out for about a month on squats. Suddenly you have beautiful legs and a nice ass.
Yeah.
So could you imagine what you could do if you exercised your brain and your mouth and discipline it?
Yeah.
Voila. Try it. Try it. The root of all failure is lack of discipline. Punto y aparte. That's it.
Would you say of lack of action also? I feel like a lot of people have good ideas, but they have excuses.
The discipline encompasses, action is part of it. So you need to be disciplined to take action. So that's another thing. I have people paying me tens of thousands of dollars for my real estate coaching.
Right.
And they show up, they pay in full, $10,000 US, okay? And I'm a bargain, by the way. I'm a bargain. Real estate coaches out there charging $21,000. But anyway, well, that's another day, a story for another day.
I think we got the same I was coached by Craig Proctor before also.
Oh, you were? He's great, but he's nasty. He's a genius, but he's mean.
Yeah.
Like he's trying to come after me all the time. Craig, sweetie.
Really? I just think
pie's
that
big enough for everybody, Mr. Proctor.
Everyone is using his techniques now. That's why I stopped the coaching. There's so many people using the same thing. I'm like, ugh.
I'm sorry, like if you start in the 80s and it's now 2025, people are going to adopt your genius ideas and make them their own.
Yeah.
You can't own words. He was a genius. So Dan Kennedy, he hired Dan Kennedy. He is one of Dan Kennedy's clients. He hired Dan Kennedy to, to help him with his program and with his sales tactics. Does Dan Kennedy say, oh, you can be like a little? No. Yeah. Dan Kennedy wants everybody to use his sales and marketing and direct marketing. I love Dan Kennedy, by the way. But anyway, back to Craig. Craig, come on. So sad. Like, really? Like, go in glory. Instead, he's like bitching at everybody, you know? You know how many people I know, they say, Craig tried to sue them?
Really?
Yeah. He's like,
he tried to sue you?
I get lawyers' letters from Craig Proctor once every couple of years. What an idiot.
No. Hey.
Honestly,
but I don't even
idiot.
see really some of your stuff that you use from... I don't see that much of a similarity.
Okay, so I say, are you planning a move in the next couple of months? Is he good? Does he own that? A sentence because he said it in the 80s? Sorry, Craig, I was 14 in the 80s. Just happens to be a sentence that works when you're prospect. But anyway, all peace to the real estate marketing god, Mr. Craig. I don't care. He could bitch all he wants. I still think he's a genius.
Yeah.
I don't care. He's a bitchy genius.
So
but back to that, 10,000.
Yeah.
Okay, so they pay me, and then they don't show up to class.
Real.
What the hell is your problem? And then the ones who take action, I have two that come to mind, and no shade on everybody else that is crushing it from my program, but they come to mind because they're always there, front row. It's true. The people in the front row get the most attention. Jonathan Lamirande, he's a Gatineau real estate broker, and Alex Clark. He is a real estate agent out of Tampa, Florida. These two boys, they're not boys, they're adult, but these two kids, they would take what I say, literally take action as soon as they hung up the Zoom call with me.
Yeah.
And they have created $1 million real estate businesses for themselves within the year that they worked with me. Jonathan became my Quebec coaching partner because mon français, ce n'est pas 100%. Alors, je voulais quelqu'un avec moi dans la classe qui parlait bien le français et qui connaît, the Quebec customs. And the French, slang.
Right.
So I started a business with him.
So for me, if I was to take the coaching tomorrow morning, where do we start and where are we going?
It's 25 lead generation systems that I share. 1 week, we share the principles, the practices.
And by the way, it's something that works with you, that you're the proof of success.
Total proof. The only thing is I like to sleep in a little. If I could fit in more, I see these guys. You saw the new trend on social media, this guy's morning routine.
With the lemon and the...
Oh, my God. Did you see what time he wakes up?
Yeah, like 3:50 or
3:55. He's brushing his teeth.
Unreal.
And then he puts his head in a bucket of ice. And that was his real morning routine.
Super trendy, by the way.
Yeah. And so it's the new trend, and we'll talk about trends later. But I'm not ready to wake up at 3:55. And that's okay.
Yeah, totally.
And that's okay. So we go through 25 lead generation systems, and 1 week we share. The next week we implement. So we put it into you. We walk you step by step, workshop style, so that you actually do it. So last week we were talking about social media marketing. We're talking about how to set up your Instagram account for success to get more leads and sellers. And I literally said, okay, do this right now.
So you are into coaching.
Yeah. Wow. I'm like, okay, guys, do it now. like, I'm a strict coach.
See, I admire that also because we won't say his name anymore, but for that coaching, I never even talked to him.
Yeah.
Not
and
once.
Then they're writing lawyers' letter. Come on.
So I think it's awesome. So someone that goes to your coaching actually talks to Tatiana.
Yeah, I'm there. I'm
Amazing.
like giving you shit in your face if you don't do it. Some of them are hiding behind the camera because they don't want to be picked on, because I'm the one who, if I see you, I'll say so. I'll pick on you, right?
Yeah. How many students do you have now?
I'm a tough teacher. I have over 172 members already.
Wow. Amazing.
And yeah, so that's 90% are Americans, 10% are Canadian.
I think it's so. I'm big into. I just started, by the way. The show today is sponsored by Entretien Raven. It's my window cleaning and revêtement extérieur. I'm doing French English here, but the show today is presented by that. So anybody that's listening, if you want to clean your windows inside out.
Spring cleaning.
Yeah, totally.
C'est le temps maintenant.
100%. So anyhow, I'm big into entrepreneur and business and whatnot. And I think that coaching is the business behind it. It makes so much sense. You're making money while you're sleeping. However, I think there's so many coaches out there.
Well, not all of them are good. That's the problem.
Well, that's it. Like, it's so easy to take your phone and say, hey, now I'm an inspirational coach. But you scratch a bit and you realize that person is...
So that's why I say you got to practice what you preach. I'm not here to judge people who don't, like, whatever, do it, whatever works for you. But I say you got to practice what you preach. Like, if you do your research, I still sell real estate. That's another thing. A lot of real estate coaches stop selling real estate because there's more money in coaching, right? And I get it. You got to focus at one thing at a time. But I just think my shtick is real estate. I love selling houses. It's fun. You get to meet different people every single day. The coaching's great. I freaking love coaching, but I can't let go of the real estate. But then that helps me sell more coaching.
Yeah, totally.
It's just part of it. Like,
you still go on listing appointments?
yes, I still show up. Sometimes it's hard. Sometimes people just want to meet me, especially now after Vie de Rêve.
Yeah.
They want to meet Tatiana. Who is Tatiana? And they're not serious about selling, or they really already thought of somebody else. And they just want to meet the star, quote unquote. It happens. It's part of it.
Well, how do you, and I'm really curious to know that, how do you fit it all today? You got your coaching,
oh my God,
your real estate, your agency. Now you got United States coming up, the show. I mean, how do you do it? How do you keep it all straight in your mind? And
so
how
guess
you
what?
be so performant at it?
Let's go back to Dan Kennedy.
Okay.
Basic principles. So everything, that's why I said to go to 0 to a million. It's all there out there for you. C'est pour ça que we were talking about before, tout le monde en parle. Moi, je dis, and I will testify, and I will put bash my 2 feet on the floor and insist, life is about choices. Il y a du monde qui peut pas faire de bons choix. Bullshit. Unless you are sick, okay? Always, you have to be en santé, c'est sûr. Je peux pas faire de bons choix si je suis tombée dans le lit parce que je suis malade, okay? If I'm sick, if I'm handicapped, okay, maybe if I can't move, I'm a paraplegic. That I understand. So, let's differentiate that.
Even then.
Even then, look at Helen Keller.
Yeah.
My daughter always laughs about Helen Keller. She says, Helen Keller. She goes, I don't think that was true, Mommy. I go, why? She goes, because she couldn't see, she couldn't speak, and she couldn't hear, and she was flying a plane?
Yeah. It doesn't add up.
Doesn't add. But anyway, that aside. Yes, I know what you're saying, but let's just put them aside. Anyone who's going through cancer treatments, who is sick, they don't have the headspace. They're trying to live and survive. That, okay. But if you take your common, ordinary, healthy person, life, success in life, and failure in life is about the choices you make. So let's go back to what you said. There's only certain numbers of hours in the day, right? Let's grab Dan Kennedy's book. At this point, you could get it for free on the internet, Mr. Dan Kennedy. He's a winner. He doesn't care if I teach his principles in my coaching program. Does he? But anyway, we love Dan Kennedy. Russell Brunson bought all his content and they're partners now. He wrote a book called Time Management for Entrepreneurs.
Okay.
In that book, he explains how to manage your time from A to Z, how to avoid time vampires, how to get it going so that you could accomplish all these things. And I just did an Instagram about this. I said, how come there are people like Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, Barbara Corcoran, they all have the same thing we have.
Time.
The same amount of time in a day, yet they accomplish so much more. Because they practice certain principles. Let me give you an example. Dan Kennedy does not believe in meetings. He thinks meetings are a waste of time, okay? Guess what? Mr. Amazon, Jeff Bezos, doesn't believe in meetings either. Do you understand? Success leaves clues.
Maybe they wake up at 3:50 and they put lemon in their water. I don't know.
That too. But then you have someone like Alex Hormozy. He's my latest. Do you follow Alex Hormozy?
No.
Well, I'm happy I'm talking to you today.
Totally.
I've introduced you to 3 things now, okay?
I'll have to listen to the show again just to write all that down. Yeah, for sure.
So Alex Hormozy is my latest, just everything that comes out of his mouth. I start thinking, how does he even think of this shit? Like, he's a genius. He's brilliant. He doesn't believe that. He says you could wake up at 8 a.m., start your day then. You don't have to make your bed and you don't have to drink lemon water. You don't have to put your head in a bucket of ice either, and you could still be successful. So it's about picking up little habits here and there. So how do I fit
talk to me about your day from sunrise to sundown.
So I use Dan Kennedy's principles of time blocking and avoiding time vampires. And I have some really amazing friends and family that understand me, because they're good friends and they're real friends and real family. And they understand Tat's not answering the phone unless I call her at a certain time. So there's something called time vampires. We just don't know them, okay? We're not conscientious of them. So for example, your best friend who calls you and starts talking about nothing.
Happened yesterday.
Right. Yeah. And you love your friend and he's your best friend or she's your best friend and you're just there on the phone. It's one thing for the first 5 minutes, it's okay. But then 20 minutes, 45 minutes in, you're talking about nothing. That's 45 minutes you're never getting back.
You could close a deal in 45 minutes.
Or how about lunch meeting? I've done 2 videos on it. There is no reason to go to lunch with a client. You want to celebrate? Okay, celebrate in the evening if you want to. I just don't have time to celebrate. I sold their house, mission accomplished, fait accompli.
Thanks.
Voilà, une bouteille de vin, merci beaucoup. Thank you, David. You're wasting time.
Yeah.
Oh, well, Tat, where's the pleasure in life? Dude, pleasure in life for me is not having lunch with my clients. Pleasure in life is having lunch with my kids. Pleasure in life is having lunch with my husband or my friend. Like, a client? It's just people, I'm going to lunch with a client. Waste of time. I could be closing 3 deals in the 2 hours that I spent at lunch. So how do I do it? I time block my day, as per Dan Kennedy's
Do you use
book.
an app or do you...
So my Jonathan Lamirand, the broker I was talking about in Gatineau, he uses an app. I used my assistant.
Okay.
So my assistant made sure I got here.
She must be a superwoman.
She's amazing. I like her a lot. Like I'm sticking with her. She's American. Her name is Emily. And assistants come and go. Maybe one day she's going to want a better paying job. You know what I mean? But she's a good one. And she's American. And she makes sure I show up to every single, I time block using her. So she time blocks my entire month, my week, my day. And then she reminds me when to show up and when to leave, when to show up and when to leave.
Wow.
Because if not, I do nothing.
Would you agree that success is not a lonely road, that you have to have pieces around you to, like your assistant?
It's called leverage.
Leverage.
It is a lonely road, but you need leverage. And leverage is giving tasks or other work to people who, A, do it better than you or just do it for you, so that you could accomplish more.
or do things that you're really good at.
Correct. Or just focus on the things that you're great at. So in my case, I'm great at the listing presentation. I'm very good at it. So why would I stop doing that? When I send other people, it doesn't work. Oh, I didn't get the listing. So I just keep doing it until I find somebody who could list properties as amazing as me. I'm going to keep doing it. I love it. So
hey, maybe I could come work for Londono Group.
Anytime. Anyone who comes to Londono who has half a brain makes it because it's too easy. So that's how I fit everything in the day. I time block. So you're time blocked right now, this podcast time block. After that, I have to go see Joshi, and we're time blocking our social media calendar for the week. And then after that, I have dinner, and then EXP is having their big convention here, I think.
You're going to the gala tonight?
No, I'm not going to gala. I'm not EXP, but I have 2 people from EXP that I have to, just meet and greet. And that's time blocked. And I have people who cook for me because I don't have time to cook and I don't want to eat garbage all day. So that's leveraged. I leverage all the tasks that I can't perform. And there's other people who do better than me. I'm sorry.
Yeah, totally.
My cook cooks better than I do.
Probably better than anyone here. That's awesome.
So leverage. So we talked about time management. We talked about leverage.
Yeah.
We talked about taking action, showing up, and discipline. What else do you want to talk about?
So
this sounds like such I'm giving everybody shit podcast, but it's just you want to know how I do it. That's how I do it.
And I think no one gains of us putting white gloves on and it's just be true. You know what I mean? I think people have a lot more advantage of hearing the truth, even though sometimes it might hurt. But facts, it works for you. I mean, so
it works for everybody because I am a coach and I've seen the same thing happen with people who were scared to pay me and took that leap of faith and did it, and it worked out for them too. Everybody who copy pastes what I tell them to do ends up being successful. It's that simple. And I was saying, unless you are sick, there's no excuses to make the right decisions in life. There's no excuses. That book I was telling you about is free on the internet. You have ChatGPT if it hasn't been translated in the language of your choice now.
Yeah.
There are no excuses.
Would you agree that we're in an era where it's the most easy to be successful
so easy.
History of time?
Dude, I don't have a link on my TikTok because I took it down for another company because, link in bio, they make you put the link in bio, and I did an ad for them. So I didn't put my link back. I am missing out on thousands of dollars because my book used to be on that link.
Right.
And I have not copied because I've been overwhelmed. Not overwhelmed, but because I'm so busy, I haven't told Emily to copy paste the link back. That's how simple it is to lose money and to make money. Do you know what I'm saying?
Talking about social media. Are you number 2 in the world right now?
So I'm counting. Every once in a while, I find little real estate agents. I find competing. They don't know they're in a competition, but I find other real estate agents that have more than me on Instagram versus TikTok. But if you count all social media platforms, I think I just beat Ricky. I love you, Ricky. Love you, Ricky. I think I beat Ricky Carruth by 1,000 on Instagram. So if you count, I believe I might be number 2.
Good job.
I might be. I just have to check Tom Ferry. Tom Ferry might have more than
Tom Ferry.
You think?
Oh, yeah.
I'm not sure. Because the TikTok is huge. 2.8 million.
Totally.
But some of them have better YouTube channels than me. All of them do. So if you add it all up, Ryan Serhant's number 1. Yeah. God bless him. And he's a good guy, by the way. He's a nice person.
You met him last year, I think, right?
I met him last year. Yeah, nice man. He deserves his success. If you wonder how I do it, can you imagine him? He's opening agencies across America, and he shows up. Like, amazing guy. He's an example. So, Ryan Serhant, I might be number 2. Yeah.
What's a success? what do you attribute the success of social media? And I'm asking you this question because I firmly believe that whatever industry you're in, real estate, plumbing, window cleaning, you're not actually in that business. You're in the social media business. Yeah. That's what I've been saying.
Yeah.
How could someone be successful in social media?
So let's take the principles that we just discussed prior, people. Time management, taking action. So it's very nice to block the time. But if you don't do anything within the time block, then you're not doing anything. And leverage. Okay, so you have to time block the team meeting you have with yourself or with your team to think about the ideas you want for the month, for the week, for your social media.
But someone that doesn't have a budget, doesn't have a team.
You have to sit with yourself and you sit down on Mondays from 10 to 11. You say, okay, how many videos am I going to make this week? Let's try to do one a day. 7. What are the 7 videos going to be about? So you do your research within that hour. You check your competitors. You see what's working for them. And you get inspired by that. And then create the 7 videos that you want for the week.
Amen.
That's simple. You don't have a budget. Look at this. No one's standing in front of that camera, sweetie. Where's the person controlling that camera and that camera and that camera? You don't have a budget? Just take another tripod, put your phone there.
Yeah.
And then it's all up to editing. You could edit now. CapCut is very good. Instagram's coming out with a new editing tool at the end of the month called Edits. Or if you have a little budget, there's a wonderful place called Fiverr. Have you heard of Fiverr?
Yeah.
There's plenty of wonderful people offshore that'll do it for cheap.
Amazing.
As low as $15 an edit.
Wow. For people that are listening, rewind this little part and listen to it again.
Yeah, and then do it. Show up.
Yeah.
No, you don't do it on the same day. So you plan on one day, get inspired, write all the ideas down, get your scripts going. And then on Thursday, for example, today is my social media day, social media content creation. On the Thursday, you block the time that it takes you. Some people are really easy, eh? Some people could take the camera and they have a lot to say. Others need practice. Others need scripts. So whatever it is, time block your day accordingly and film your videos. You know how good you're going to feel? And that's all. That's all you got to do. And then if you do have the budget, real estate agents have the budget, the ones that are making money. Hire someone to do it for you. You leverage it. So that's where we go back to leverage. I leveraged it to my son and we were successful. And now look at him. He has a $1 million company shooting content for companies and real estate agents.
That's awesome.
He is shooting Steven Garcia's. He's shooting Jonathan's stuff. He's shooting a realtors in the States. I'm really proud of him. He's cute.
No doubt.
22 years old.
Wow.
Yeah.
We should have brought him today.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's great, too. He's quite the personality. And yeah, so that's how you do the social media. And then you keep what works, do more of it, and throw out what doesn't work or revamp what didn't work. Sometimes what doesn't work is about a caption. But I could do 3 podcasts on this. It's a lot.
Yeah.
So yesterday we posted a video in a hurry because we had the other thing going on, the big 5 set that I threw. And the TV show was going to be there. And so we posted late. So it was about 7:30 by the time we posted. And the caption, I said, why didn't it perform? Because I thought it was a good video. It was about how to become I said, being broke is a choice. Let me show you how easy it is to get your real estate license. You don't even have to leave your own bed. So there I am sitting in bed with sunglasses and a crown on my head. How did I see that one. I only got 22,000 views. I go, what the hell's going on? I check the caption. The caption's wrong.
So how do you...
That's why you check, you analyze, you make changes. So this morning I go, Joshy, I said, the caption's wrong. You're not supposed to say, this is why you're broke. The algorithm won't know. It's too... You just stick to real estate. This is how easy it is to get your real estate license. You want to bet now the numbers are going to go up? Just the caption.
What would you say to a brand new realtor that comes in, he has no money, no experience, where should he start?
Open house.
Open house, okay.
Okay, let's talk about open house.
I love it because I'm all about open houses, and I have 2 people in my team. So,
open house.
Yeah. What about open houses?
None of the big agents like showing up to open house. It's Sunday. Big agents don't like working on the weekends, believe it or not.
Hey, I just found your listing. Can I do an open house, right?
Yeah.
Or something like that?
Or you ask your brokerage to send out an email saying, hi, I'm available for open house. The sellers love it. And it is a zero-cost lead generation method to get you in front of buyers and sellers without having to pay a dime. Where there's a will, there's a way. Pick up the duproprios. That's how I started.
Yeah. Is it not saturated a bit?
Saturated because one real estate agent, I'm not going to mention any names, has them here in Quebec, but she's not selling any of them. Okay, because A, she does it for no money, and B, these people.
I mean, saturated in a way of calling. When you call duproprio, first question is, are you a realtor? Oh, I got 50 calls already.
No, but then you have to have the right pitch. My pitch is fantastic. The only issue is getting around the lady who's giving her services away, and she has 280 of them. So I have a system for that too. You just go after the ones she didn't sell. And then say, do you want to have a real talk now, sir? You didn't sell on your own. You didn't sell with the cheapy real estate agent. Do you want to sell your property? So, it's about, wait.
Yeah.
Timing and motivation. So if you can get the right seller with timing and motivation, make the deal happen.
What do you say to...
Are they there to save money or save on your commission or to make money?
Yeah, well, that's it. Which brings me to my next question. What do you say to realtors that close a deal at 1% or 2%?
That's what I was saying. That's ridiculous. It's sullying the profession, and you might as well just go get a 9-to-5 job. You'll make more money. If you're working at 1%, by the way, I made a video about that too. Check out my Instagram and TikTok, at Tat Londono. If you're working for 1%, let's do the math. Okay,
on, say, a $500,000 house.
Yeah. So you're making $5,000, right? My friends make more money at their corporate jobs. What are you doing?
For all the stress that comes with it?
Yeah, because if you're working and all the time put in, so if you do the time for $5,000 plus the taxes you have to pay, you're better off working at Starbucks. I'm sorry. Get a nice unionized job or something. Or go work at Amazon. They pay well.
And now what would you say to the clients?
One last thing, because people giving their services away at 1% are usually loser agents.
Or they give a service that's worth only 1% or...
Correct. So therefore, they're not making money. I could guarantee you they're not making money. Because I know what it takes to make money selling real estate.
And so now we talk to the realtors who sign clients at 1%. What do you say to a client now that signs a realtor at 1%?
Good luck. Yeah. You're never going to sell.
Straight up.
You're never going to sell. Because at 1%, how much are you paying the other realtor?
You can't pay him.
0.5?
Yeah, 0.5. Yeah.
You can't.
No.
So it doesn't work.
See, I give him a chart. So what I do by evaluation, I have 3 types of percentages, and then my lowest is 4.8.
Yeah.
And then I describe exactly what I'm giving to them.
What you get for that. Yeah, that's the way it should be. I say, okay, if I sell it within the first 2 months, I charge you this. If it takes me longer, I charge you this. It's more marketing.
No, I like that.
Then you have the luxury property method. Luxury properties are enigma because they're all unique. And you don't know really you know kind of what the price is, but you don't know really what the price is. Because they're not cookie cutter, properties.
Yeah.
So the luxury properties, the key is in getting a long mandate.
Oh, what, sorry?
A long mandate, so more than 6 months, so that you can massage it and see, okay, what's the market reacting to, et cetera. So that's why, a lot of, if you see Sotheby's, Engel Volkers, they try to take their contracts for about a year. It's, it's every different kinds of real estate have different kinds of marketing methods, so... I
guess we got to read your book, right, for that?
No, the book is an entry-level book. It's a beginner's book for people who want to get into real estate.
Okay.
But But yeah, watch my videos and you'll learn a lot.
So first we read the book, videos, and then we take your coaching.
Yeah, just get like freaking have a shower with Tat Londono content.
Oh, wow.
Like just pour it all over yourself. It's great.
We're coming to a segment of the show, which is the flash question.
Yay.
Okay, so we got a minute and a half.
Way fun.
And you gotta answer all the questions, and then at the end of the day, we see who answers the most. I'm sure. You'll do fine. Do we have the questions here on the screen?
Oh, fun! I love questions.
Dans 3, 2, 1, c'est parti. The best piece of advice you ever received.
My father gave me advice. He said, Tatiana, you keep doing what you have to do. Don't worry if people make fun of you. You're going to be a winner. You're going to be a winner. If they make fun of you, it's okay, because in the end, you're going to win.
There you go.
And I won.
And you're not even done yet.
Yeah.
Your greatest accomplishment.
My greatest accomplishment, my children. I created human beings. They came out of my body and I fed them from my body. That's a huge accomplishment.
It is. A quote that you resonate with.
Give the world the best you got and the best will come back to you.
The best book you ever read.
Oh my God, that's impossible because there are so many wonderful books, so many different genres. But let's see, which one? The Bible.
The Bible. What does wealth mean to you?
Being able to do what you want, when you want, with whoever you want. That is wealth.
Describe yourself in one word.
Fantastic. Fabulous.
Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok?
Instagram.
Your biggest fear?
My children.
The quality you admire in others?
Empathy.
A flaw you wish you could fix in yourself?
I don't have any flaws.
We got 4 more questions left. Oh! We had 4 more. We'll go on because I'm curious to know if you could have one superpower, Tatiana, what would it be?
An invisibility cloak.
An invisibility. I like it. If you didn't do real estate, what would you do?
I'd be a lawyer.
Really?
Yeah.
How so?
I wanted to go to law school, and I think I have a very big mouth. I would have been a great litigator.
Or
an actor.
An actor?
Yeah.
Well, you're already an actor.
I was wondering. Yeah, kind of.
Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
Doing more of this. Mm-hmm. Probably just doing more of the same. I'm in a really good place in my life. Yep. Maybe more money in the bank, but I'm in a very nice place. I love my life. I travel. I have a wonderful relationship with my friends and my family and my children. Amen. Maybe spending time with the grandkids.
Nice.
Yeah.
Ed, you're obviously a visionary. You're a businesswoman. Where do you see the real estate market in Quebec in 10 years from now?
Remember, I told you Quebec's behind, right? Mm-hmm. Because of Quebec being behind, we also profit from that. So, for example, in Quebec, it is illegal to sell without a real estate agent. Mm-hmm. We have laws like that benefit us as realtors. Because we're a little behind when it comes to real estate and marketing, I think we'll still be in a great place in Quebec. Quebec has always been different than the rest of the world. But let's get out of Quebec. I don't know, AI is going to help us with a lot, but I do not believe that people are going to make, maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm naive, but I don't think people will make huge financial decisions like the one of purchasing a property on their own with a robot. I think... Right. Anything to do with emotions, you need a human helping you to do that. So I just think real estate agents are just going to continue making more money. Look, they tried to, I don't know if you know about the NAR settlement in the United States.
No.
So last year in August, they implemented a rule where buyer's agents have to get paid directly from their buyers and sellers pay the selling agent only.
Which is a good thing, isn't it?
It ended up being that real estate agents after that law ended up making even more money because the seller is paying the selling agent at least 3% in certain states.
Right.
And then the buyer is paying the buyer's agent 3%. So now we're at 6%. But then the selling agent's also getting paid if he represents the buyer and the seller next. So it didn't help. They were trying to make realtors make less. Instead, realtors ended up making more money.
But besides the idea of wanting realtors to make more or less, do you not think it's a good idea?
That's the only reason they did it, because they said it was not fair that the seller was paying the buyer's side. Of course, it's a good idea. And that's what we do in Quebec. Did you know that? We have that in Quebec. R2.5. Your R2.5. Yeah. You could put whatever number. I have amazing real estate agents. When a property hasn't sold and they bring in an offer, they fill up the R2.5 where the buyer has to pay up to 3.5%. So then the seller's responsible for what he's offering or she's offering. And then the buyer pays the extra.
How would you bring that in a listing presentation? The fact that now the price is not $700, but or $680 because he needs to pay the commission of the buyer. How do you bring that in a presentation?
You sell your services. Here's the thing, and we're going to do this on TikTok today. On I say TikTok, but Instagram and TikTok. Go to any real estate agent and ask them, why do you deserve to get paid 5%? What is it you do for me? Do you know that real estate agents can't answer that question? Ask your friends who are realtors, please tell me, what is it you do for me that merits you make 5%? And
everyone says the same answer.
They don't know what to say. You tell me, what would you say?
Well, I give a service that's personalized. I'm there every time. I'm big on social media for the listing. I do open houses. I do caravane de courtier.
Oui. Quoi d'autre? Il y a tellement de choses qu'on fait comme, courtier immobilier, mais on ne sache pas. There's so many real estate agents who don't know how to identify and how to quote the services that add value to buyers and sellers.
So how would you answer the question?
Oh my God, what I do?
Obviously.
I do everything for you. You leverage your time, okay? I make sure that you choose the right price for your property as per the market analysis I'm going to provide for you. My marketing services on their own, are worth at least half of the commission. You will see your property in newsletters, social media, and you list them. Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. You're going to be everywhere.
Do you show them sometimes your following?
That's what you have to do. So the listing presentation, I'm gonna give you a tip here, guys. It shouldn't be about the comparables. Every single real estate agent shows the comparables. Show them what's in it for them and what you could offer to get them closer to their bottom line. Show them what you're going to do for them. Let me go on. I make sure that you make your decisions according to market comparables. I make sure that my legal team, contract coordinators, and assistants fill out every form so that we're not breaking any rules. I make sure to vet and take care of performing all the visits of the potential clients that will be visiting your home. I make sure that you're going to make the most amount of money in the least amount of time. I make sure that all your paperwork is in order and that it gets sent to the notary on time. Do you want me to keep going?
No, I get it, but you can keep going. It's valuable information.
Real estate agents don't know how to sell themselves.
Yeah.
That's it. Sorry. But I'm sorry. And that's why it was so easy for me to get to the top. Sorry.
It makes total sense.
I'm my biggest fan, by the way. You know that, right?
Good. You have to be, right?
Yeah. Humility, or I'm very, I'm proud of my accomplishments.
No doubt.
And I'm not getting any younger.
But now you got so many accomplishments. But now it's not enough. You went to the United States.
So let's do some more. Exactly. You're really feeding into my brain. So now I'm like, okay, what else could I do? So I was watching Hormozi. Please get on Alex Hormozi's channel. He's fantastic. Okay, so Alex Hormozi, he says, I can't quote the whole thing, but he was like, sometimes making a change in your life and making more money is about changing location as well.
Okay.
Sometimes there are limits to the amount of money you could make in a certain location. And I believe, in my case, Quebec, there are limits for me. So I did very well here. I am doing well here. The company's beautiful. It's growing. Everyone's happy. So now let's try to help more people by opening in the States. There are 300 and how many now? 60 million people in the United States of America versus 40 million people here in Canada. Mm-hmm. So many more people I could service and help over there. And I want to do it legally. So finally, I got the visa. Next, I get my social security number. Next, I get my license. Wouldn't that be fun to follow online?
Totally.
And let me show you. In fact, you could do it with me. Go, sign up for your real estate license and do it with me.
Are you doing a segment, Tatiana, from 0 to 1 million?
Yes.
Wow.
That's what we're going to do.
Awesome. And so now you're going to open your agencies right off the hop over there? Or
I don't know what I'm going to do yet. So am I opening an agency or am I growing a team? Do I need the headache of an agency? Mm-hmm. Takes up a lot of time. And I have Oren here, and Oren's willing to help me there.
Because it's not a copy-paste from here to there.
It is.
Yeah.
It's the same shit. Yeah. I've been doing my broker's course. That's what I'm doing.
Is it a lot different, the course?
No, it's the same. You go through corporations, you go to trust account, you do the deposit in trust, same thing. In fact, I just think it's really easy there. Here, oh my God, deposit and trust has to be made the same day. Like they're crazy here, you know? Mm-hmm. There, you have up to, 48 hours to deposit the check and trust. Like they're very easy there.
Okay.
But everyone's talking about the market. All the Canadians are leaving Florida. I think that's going to be part of the fun of making the social media content. Mm-hmm. Oh my God. Do you actually think, let's ask ourselves a question here. Do you think that the American real estate market is going to crash because the Canadians are going to leave?
I'm laughing because no, there's no way.
Yeah, thank you. If anything, it might stabilize the market. The condos in Miami were insane. Condos in Naples were crazy. They were asking a lot of money. They were really still riding the high of the pandemic. And so maybe it's time to balance that out a little bit. Mm-hmm. The Canadians literally just can't afford to live there anymore. Mm-hmm. So they're selling off their real estate. The more of them put their properties for sale, the lower they're going to get. Just saying. Maybe it's not a good idea. If you're doing it out of politics, that's not a good idea. That's stupid.
And now you're focusing on Miami, Florida? Which
Miami. I'm focusing on where I'm going to have a good time.
Right.
I'm 53 years old next year.
No way.
Yeah. So I'm going to focus on where I'm going to have a good time, where I want to retire, where I want to spend time with my grandkids.
You already have a house over there, I'm assuming?
We have a couple of homes there. Okay. So I still don't even know where I'm going to... But I don't have a place in Miami. Anyway, we'll discuss another time. But I have a place to stay there, no problem.
Okay.
And where am I going to live? Yeah, Miami, nice little apartment, not on the water, not living on the water.
Why not?
Listen, I learn from things I see on TV. Number one, I'm never going to Thailand. I don't want to go to Thailand. Sorry. First, they have a tsunami, and then you see that earthquake they had last week?
No,
not for me. Not for me. Plus, I watched White Lotus. Wasn't that nice? I didn't like it.
Okay.
But then White Lotus season 2, I went straight to Italy. I stayed in that hotel. Loved it. But what was I saying?
Not a condo on the side of the water.
Yeah, no water. Because remember those 2 buildings that just collapsed out of nowhere?
Imagine that.
I don't need that.
No.
Because the foundations weren't proper, because the water kept... No, c'est pas pour moi ça. No. Ce n'est pas nécessaire. Also, the HOA fees, they're way higher if you live on the beach.
Yeah.
I could just cross the street. That's fine. Or I could use the pool and be on the intercoastal side. Gotta play it safe, too. I'm not going to show properties at 9 p.m. Where I could run into some freak.
No.
I have rules that I live by. Everyone should have rules they live by, and
you're so inspired, Tatiana.
Yeah.
I love it. We're almost at the end of the episode.
Yes.
We have one little segment. It's la question corsée for the wine.
Ça? Oh, corsée.
Okay, so on pige dans le pot ici, and you can read out the question. If it's too personal or you're not feeling it, we can toss it away and pick another one.
So what do we have here?
Hopefully you don't repeat yourselves.
Beaucoup, yeah, I do. Beaucoup, no. Here, you read it for me.
Okay.
J'ai laissé mes lunettes quelque part.
Okay, yeah, that's good.
What?
Beaucoup admirent ton parcours, mais peu voient le sacrifice derrière. Quelle a été la plus grande épreuve que tu as dû traverser pour bâtir ton empire?
Oh my God. Okay, let's think.
Because people see it's all nice and dandy. Okay, there's money, but like there's a lot behind that.
Yeah. But what was the biggest challenge I had to? I guess the biggest challenge was, the biggest challenge is actually getting here after a divorce.
Oh yeah.
So my ex and I got divorced, and that was bad. Like everything, it was horrible. So to be going through an emotional debacle and then still continuing to make sure that you keep growing the business with the person you're getting divorced with, and to make it work so that the children aren't affected, that was the worst shit I had to go through. And to go through it and still make it to where we are today as a family, including my ex-husband, and that we're best friends today, that was a challenge. Nothing else could compare. For me, family is number one. So to go through that without scathing what you created, my biggest accomplishment, that was hard.
So for someone that would live the same situation as you, because there might be, what would you suggest?
Many people, 60% of people get divorced in Quebec.
Right. So what would you tell?
Think of the children, you selfish pricks. Think of your kids. They didn't ask to be on this planet. And no matter what you're going through, be the mature one. You might have an immature husband who slaps you around and you need to leave. Be there for your children. Okay? You might have to get divorced. Maybe you grew apart.
It happens.
Be there for your children. Don't be selfish and narcissistic. There are so many people out there who only think of themselves. Those kids didn't ask to be on this planet. You put them on there. Okay? So you make sure that you take care of them.
Wow. Well said. What, this last question I'm asking you, what would you tell Tatiana 20 years ago?
Don't worry, girl. It's going to be fine.
Everything's going to be all right.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's going to be great. Live every moment. Another thing we do is we don't live in the present. We're always thinking about what I'm going to do, how I'm going to build it. Have fun now. I'm having fun with you, David, Isabel, the girls in the back doing all the back end. Thank you. I want to thank all of you. And we're having fun. Look, you said it. Là, on jazz. On prend notre vin.
Just chilling.
We're having a good time in the moment. Let's enjoy the moment and you'll see how beautiful your future will be.
I got goosebumps. Wow. Amazing.
We waste our time thinking of the future when we're here now.
Wow. I'm consuming your words.
Yes.
It's amazing. Before we go, I got a little gift for you. For coming on the show.
I love presents.
David is gonna present it to us.
David.
Merci beaucoup.
Merci à toi.
D'avoir participé puis.
Merci.
On t'offre. Ben oui, quand même. On va offrir une bouteille.
Merci beaucoup.
Merci pour
Je voulais pas parler trop, alors avec patience, parce que je voulais pas trop parler, mais le vin est 100%. Merci beaucoup. Merci à toi.
Plaisir, de te faire plaisir.
Thank you.
Tout un témoignage authentique et puis passionné. Moi, j'ai trouvé ça vraiment c'est plus qu'enrichissant. C'était une des meilleures pour moi, car tu as retransmis l'émotion, mais du positivisme, de croire en soi, enfin plein de,
Tatiana,
de choses. Là,
il n'a même pas compris la moitié de qu'est-ce qu'on parlait en plus.
T'imagines? C'est venu me chercher quand même, donc merci pour...
merci à toi, très gentil. Et merci pour faire ça en anglais pour moi, parce que c'est difficile de m'exprimer vraiment avec mes émotions en français, parce que je parle pas 100%, mais en anglais, oui.
Tu m'as fait sortir un peu de ma zone de confort en y allant en anglais. Puis c'est pour ça que je te remercie, parce que je pense que c'est important aussi de sortir de sa zone de confort une fois de temps en temps.
Mais oui.
Merci d'être là. Merci d'inspirer des millions de gens. Merci d'être la personne que tu es. Puis je dis ça sincèrement, puis du plus profond de mon cœur. Tu es une personne très authentique.
Merci.
Tu es honnête, tu as des valeurs familiales. Bref, un vrai coup de cœur, Tatiana. Merci beaucoup.
Merci.
Dis-moi donc, avant de partir, and we can do it in English if you want.
Ça va.
Qu'est-ce qui s'en vient pour Tatiana? Pour les gens qui nous écoutent, what's coming up in the next couple months for you?
Oh my God, I can't even list it. Il y a tellement de choses qui arrivent dans ma vie et je veux partager tout avec tout le monde. C'est pour ça que je suis sur les réseaux sociaux. On a, Vie de rêve, part 2. Je pense qu'on a un autre projet qui arrive sur la télé.
Est-ce qu'on peut avoir un petit inside?
Je sais pas. Ça, c'est une petite surprise.
OK.
Aussi... on va, pas déménager, mais on va établir une présence en Floride. Et je pense que ça va être très intéressant pour le peuple québécois et canadien pour voir ça dans les temps comme ça, les temps politiques. Comme, I just want to show everybody that we could all still be friends.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And that Americans don't hate Canadians. They were very happy to give me my E2 investor visa. So I want to show you we could all be a world community and help each other and have fun.
And I like how you're paving the road for a lot of realtors around here for being a voice, kind of, right? Because you're the first one to actually, the first one that's going to the state and doing what you're doing. So thank you for being you.
Merci beaucoup, guys. Et suive-moi, tu vas voir que tout est possible dans la vie. Et écoutez, moi, j'aime pas parler de « je suis une femme » et blablabla. On est des humains, on est ensemble, des femmes, des hommes. And on peut le faire ensemble.
Well said.
Okay, sure, I'm an example for women. Je suis un exemple pour les femmes, c'est sûr, parce que je suis femme. Mais moi, je pense pas comme ça.
You're inspiring for
everybody.
Everyone. Every
je le
age.
fais pour tout le monde. My fan base, 50% femmes, 50% hommes.
Voilà. Donc, pour les gens qui nous écoutent, Tatiana Londono sur toutes les plateformes, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, allez la suivre. Une femme complètement inspirante. Allez voir tous ses projets, vie de rêve, bref, j'en saute. Pour les gens qui nous écoutent également, allez voir sur le site Internet pour notre marque de linge. Vous pouvez vous procurer casquettes, t-shirts, chandails, comme vous voulez. Allez liker, commenter, puis partager sur toutes nos plateformes. Puis à la prochaine. Au revoir.
Bye.
Tu peux choisir qui, dans les snipers, va couvrir ton approche. Puis il va être caché en arrière de toi, pas trop loin. Puis tu peux choisir qui, dans, mettons, 100 tireurs d'élite, tu peux choisir. Est-ce que tu as mieux quelqu'un qui va tirer n'importe quoi, n'importe où, très rapidement, mais qui va pouvoir dire que tu irais beaucoup de monde? Ou tu as mieux quelqu'un qui a un petit peu plus de retenue, mais en même temps, il n'y a pas une retenue au point qui va tirer jamais puis qui va être comme terrorisé? Le fait qu'on doive se poser cette question-là me dit peut-être c'est pour ça que justement la guerre traîne en Ukraine. C'est parce qu'on n'est pas convaincu tant que ça que c'est nécessaire. Puis quand quelqu'un y va, même, on est même surpris que quelqu'un fasse ça. Quand tu fais un appel aux armes comme ça, il faut qu'il y ait une directive. Il n'y avait pas de directive. Fait que là, moi, je me présente là, puis il n'y a pas rien, eux autres. Fait que là, ils sont comme, je sais pas quoi faire avec vous autres. Voulez-vous rester sur la base? J'ai dit non, on reste pas sur la base. Vous êtes une base visible, tout le monde sait, c'est comme Valcartier. Vous allez vous faire rentrer dedans. Là. C'est une guerre conventionnelle. Il y a des avions de chasse russes qui passent en haut. Là. C'est sûr qu'ils vont vous canner. Là.
C'est ça qui est arrivé.
Ah non, la guerre est loin. Ben oui, 2 jours après, bombardement, plein de morts.